Well, I guess this is the tried and true marketing of Disney. Haha. It's literally the only thing they know: deflection and accusation. The armor of the incompetent. When the market turns against you, you shame the market. It's interesting, isn't it? Especially with the recent brigading of the Yellow Flash, Nerdrotic, and all the other YouTube critics. The argument seems to be that there is a lot of racismus and homophobismus. Yes, the movies are perfect. In fact, probably 20 years from now, your kids are going to want to watch these movies because they are all-time classics. But right now, the racists and the homophobists are preventing Disney from making money. It's interesting. Like, how does that work actually, right? So, do they want the money from the racists and the homophobes? Is this what it is? It's like, God damn it, we covet. We at Disney, we covet their wealth. We wish we can take the money from the but unfortunately, the doesn't want to give us their money, so we're going to shame them into submission. Like here's the thing that I don't get, right? I like anime, much to the dismay and the horror of Disney shills. Like, they literally can't sleep at night because I watch My Hero Academia. And they're like, oh my god, but it has teenagers in it, and they're dressed skimpily clad. Are you a pedophile, my man? I'm like, no, I just like to watch entertainment. It's made in Japan, right? And they literally can't sleep at night. Like, the fact that My Hero Academia is popular, it keeps them up. But the thing is, despite their criticisms, despite their labels, they can't do jack shit to stop me from watching My Hero Academia because I like it. I genuinely think it's a good anime. I recommend it to others. And even if there were the equivalent of like critical drinkers on the left, that they would be like, but she's 16 and she has cleavage. How can people watch that? It is unacceptable. Like, we are a moral society. Teenagers belong at Drag Kids Story Hour. They do not belong to be drawn and shown in an anime. Demon Slayer, oh, the horror. Do you know that she reverts to a little girl, and then when she grows, she gets boobies? It's like, it's unacceptable. How can you show this on mainstream television? Right? If you had those commentators on the left that were doing that, do you think it would stop me from watching these shows? Like, these shows aren't pornographic. They're nothing like they're not different than the things that I grew up in the 90s. In fact, they're not different with the stuff that you'd see in the United States back in 2010. Right? Like, if you think about American Pie, or you think about all the other shows that were made back then, you know, like My Hero Academia is pretty tame, right? Even though, like, people on Twitter that love Disney, they're foaming at the mouth. And as I said, like, they can't sleep at night knowing that you're watching them. And for some reason, it still sells. So Disney constantly tries to put the blame on the critics. Like, they literally think that, imagine how disconnected from reality you must be. Imagine the bubble you have to live in to believe that you're putting out a good product, but because of a couple of chuckleheads on YouTube, your multi-billion-dollar corporation is suffering. Like, so there are just two possibilities, right? Number one, the racists don't go to see the movies. In which case, the question is, like, why do you want the money from the racists? Like, you as a company, do you want to be funded by racists? You should be happy that they don't want to see your movie. Or the second, like, the racists happen to be the cultural commentators and they're destroying your brand. And in which case, the same question arises: if your brand is actually good, how can a culture commentator, someone on YouTube, be able to be more powerful than your entire market team? That, you know, if that was the case, like, unironically, let's assume for a second that Disney's movies were just absolutely perfect, right? So the Marvel is the new Titanic, and Disney spends tens of millions, probably hundreds of millions of dollars on marketing. Unfortunately, you have Critical Drinker and Yellow Flash on YouTube that are making YouTube videos, and your hundreds of millions of dollars on marketing is worth absolute shit. It's those critics on YouTube that are more powerful than your entire market. Hire them if that's the case. Fucking hire them. Like, I'm willing to bet. You give $5 million to Yellow Flash, he will start shilling for Disney. I guarantee to you. I don't think there's a single but the integrity. Dude, if you get actually $5 million, like, let's be honest, I would fucking shill for the $5 million, I think all of you would. Unless you're like an oil sheik or something, in which case you probably require $10 million. But, they know that's not the case, right? It's not that people are being swayed because there's the Yellow Flash. And even if they would get rid of the Yellow Flash, there would be other taking its place, because it has gotten to the point where it's more entertaining to shit on these movies than to actually watch these movies. Like, that is your problem. It's kind of like the content of DSP, you know? There's more people that are watching videos making fun of DSP than they're watching DSP's channel. And this is what we're at. So they just tried the only thing that they know, which is to shame the audience. And it doesn't work that way. Like, to call the audience racist, sexist, and homophobic. The audience which watches anime, right? They're made by Japanese people. And when anime has LGBT content in it, you don't see people complaining. I mean, Attack on Titan has LGBT content in it. I haven't heard anyone complain about that, because it's done well. They actually know how to write. They actually know how to make entertainment. And Attack on Titan is also very political. It even has like modern political themes in it. But it doesn't feel as if it's lecturing the audience. The characters aren't bland, and they actually do bang on the visuals. Like they do create immersive and visually pleasing characters. I mean, Mikasa in the first season, like, that's a waifu. I don't even know any type of waifus that the West has made in the last 4 years. They used to make, like, Xena, Warrior Princess, Buffy. I mean, the West had a lot of waifus. But now that they are going out of their way in order to make sure that they do not appeal to the male gaze. But the male gaze exists, and people who have it want to spend money to please it. So they're going to spend money on literally everything besides your product. So they're going to watch anime. And you know what? If they ban anime, they're going to watch South Korean shit. If they ban the South Korean shit, they're going to watch Bollywood. If they ban Bollywood, they will watch Twitch streamers and VTubers. I mean, look how popular VTubers are. It's not fucking rocket science. Like, if you're not capable of delivering a good story, which you should, right? Because you're fucking Disney. You should be able to deliver a good story. But okay, you're incompetent. You literally can't. Put some boobies on the fucking screen. You know, it's like South Park. Put a chick in it and make her gay. Just put a hot chick in it. You can make her gay if you want, but like, make sure that she's hot. And then you put a plaster on the problem. Again, like sex sells. I see some VTubers with zero personality, zero charisma, but because they have a good VTube model, they still manage to drag an audience. It's not that fucking difficult to make entertainment, especially for teenagers. Come on. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.